Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you that how to search a minimum or maximum number in an array. So I'm going in my mobile app, Mobile C, and on the top left, I'm making new file. Uh, I'm going to name it max.cpp and enter it. So this is basically the file. I'm going back so that I should not waste time on the libraries and etc. So I'm just going to copy this all, copy, and in minmax I'm going to just paste it. I don't need the upper libraries, but uh, if but it doesn't bother me, but I just wanted to add it. So I'm now going to make a array. Let's name it array of num, integer array, and its size is 5. So I'm going to then make a statement that enter 5 numbers in array in array. So now I'm going to use the for loop. As you know, for loop for array starts from the 0th index. So I is equal to 0 and I is smaller than the size of array, means it will iterate from 0 to 4, and I increment by 1. So then I'm going to take the user input in the array, in the num array. uh, so here's the input part. In this loop I'm going to take 5 numbers from the user, and now the logic part comes to check that which number is the smallest in the array, or which even the largest. So first we are going for the smallest. So we have to just make another variable, integer variable, which will store the array's first index value, the first inputted value by the user in the array, in the above array num, which is num. So, and on the basis of the stored value in our variable, we will then compare that variable's value in all the array, that whether the value is greater than all the numbers in the array inputted by the user or not. If the number will be greater than the stored value or the first index on the basis of which we are comparing, so then it will be assigned to our variable, and our variable will be updated. So let's see how we are going to implement it. And I'm going to take it small, or I'm going to just take it as a x, and x will be equal to the first index of the num array, sorry, num 0. Now the logic part comes. I'm going to just simply paste this, copy and paste. So now the logic part comes. I'm going to just simply, so this is basically the variable on the basis of which we will compare our array, the numbers in our array. So I'm just going to simply use an if condition, like if our variable x is greater than the current index or loop iteration. Like I will be on the first iteration, it will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 4. So if the variable x, which stores the first number of the array, so if x is greater than the current index of the array, means if the inputted values, then the x will be compared to all the inputted values one by one, that whether the x is greater, because we are in search for the smaller number or smallest number in the array. So if this is the condition, that x, if we find x which stores the first index of the array greater than the other indexes of the array, then the greater then the that current index will be assigned to x because we are looking for the smaller. Let me make you understand that if I will try on the programs to make you more clear about it. So let's for now I'm using okay I'm going to save it, and as I've already done it for before teaching or making the tutorial. So I'm going to make a statement, dry run program, which will help you. Okay, this is the statement. So I'm going to copy it so that you can get uh, so you can know what is going around in the program. It's basically for dry running purposes, as dry running will make you more clear. It will make it clear to you. So basically what I'm doing, if I'm in search for the smaller number, so if x is greater than the current index or current value in the array, so assign that current value, because that current value is smaller than the x, so assign that current value to the x. So here we are assigning that current index. Assign current index to x because we are looking for the smaller. So this is basically I use this to dry run that what is going on around in the array on the current iteration. So I'm just going to run my program. Here it says me enter 5 numbers in array. For instance, I'm using 1, then I use the smaller 0, then I use 2, then I use 8, then I use for instance -1. So I press enter. So it says that as we in our program assign the first index to the array, so x at the x is for 1. So x is equal to 1 is greater than array's current index, which is equal to 0. Means we the x is the loop came into the on the second iteration, which is like on the first iteration, as array start from the 0 as 0. We basically we don't need the to start from 0 because 0 is already assigned here, because it will compare itself to itself on the first iteration. So we can start from the first index. So now you can see that I use like 2 1 0 3 4. So you can see now the on the first iteration the we assign the first value of the array to the x, which is 2. So 2 is greater and it finds that on the first iteration or the first index, as it starts from 0 1 2 3 4. So 1. So on the current one on the first iteration, so x is equal to 2, which means that the first index, the zeroth index is greater than array's current index, which is the first index. So assign the current value to x, which means we want the smaller value. So we will assign that greater value, the smaller value, or the current index value to the x. So this is how our program is working. So at the end, now I am just going to paste the x value, smallest. So I'm just going to use x here. So now at the end you will see that x has the smallest value, 2 1 0 3 4. So now you can see the smallest among all the numbers is 0, because at the end on the as you can see, as x is equal to 1 was the last time the smallest number, but then it again goes in the loop and finds that and compares the current index with the x value, which is 1. So if it finds it greater, because the current index is 0, current index value is 0, so it assigns the value to the x, and you can see the smallest is now x. So this is our program, and simply you can also use for the greater number. You just have to change this condition. You just will use then opposite, smaller, and the logic is all the same, and we will just use because we are looking for the largest or greater number, so we will use the this method, so that when when it finds the number which is smallest than the x current value, so it will uh, assign the current x value to the x, because we want the largest. Like if we find x to be small than the current index, so what we will do, we want the largest number, as current x is larger number than x, so simply we will assign that number to the x. So I will run the program like I can 1 3 and then comes 10. So you can see it goes in the loop once, and it sees that x on the first iteration, the as we assign 4 first index of the array, so x4 is smallest than array's current index, which is equal to 10, so assign current value index to x. This is how our program works, and thanks for watching. Hope you like it. Give feedbacks and share this video. Thank you.